Hey guys, welcome to Puppy Love Parlor. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to trim cat and dog's nails. I'm showing you on my dog, but you can do the same way on a dog or a cat. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with what you need. You need nail trimmers. These are my favorite ones, even as a 20-year groomer. I love these nail trimmers. They're just Walmart nail trimmers. They're $8. I like them, but use whatever nail trimmers you feel comfortable with in your hand. If you have a bigger dog, then I recommend the large ones. These are the small, so those work great for me. Oh, sorry, daddies. And then also, I love a nail filer. A nail filer to me is a must because it does get the nails shorter, smooth, and round. It gets all those edges, so when you trim your dog's nails and they're not scratching you all up, you get a nice round edge. Or if you have like elderly parents, or if you are elderly, your dog's nails can scratch you a lot. So you definitely need to trim them and file. The file is the best thing to do. So this one has 5 speeds. I'm probably going to do a 3, but we'll go ahead and check it out and I'll show you guys how to get it done. All right, so this is Jake Daniel. This is my 13-year-old fur son. He's a little shaky because I have him on this little table. It's the Walmart $10 tables, the TV tray things. So I have them on here because my grooming table is in my dog grooming trailer, and I don't want to go out there and turn the whole generator and everything on just to turn on my Dremel. So we're gonna do it inside, you guys. All right. So like I said, this is my son, Jack Daniel. We're gonna go ahead and start doing his nail trim. He's a little shaky because this table's a little wobbly. Anyways, long story short, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright. Okay, so this is all the pink part. You can see clearly that that's pink. And then the tip part is white. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It's okay, daddies. It's okay. Oh, good boy. It's a good idea to also have somebody petting your dog's face, and comforting them. Sometimes even holding a little treat in their little nose, like by their nose, so they know it's okay. And you keep telling them they're all right, because a lot of dogs that are not used to this the nail trimming process, they can be really scared. Or a lot of people have quit the dogs. It can even be a veterinarian, a groomer, their owners. Everybody has quit the dog's nail. It happens. Unfortunately, it just happens. But I'm gonna go ahead. He's kind of used to it right now. Like I said, he's only shaky because he's on this table. If I was doing it on the floor, he'd feel more comfortable. But anyways, so again, this is the pink part of the nail, and this is the white. So we want to trim off all the white, right? But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes that pink quick can be pushed out a lot, and so we definitely want to start by just doing a tip. Oops, sorry, buddy. Hold on. Let's see, put it right here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim a tiny little bit. I'm gonna trim a little at a time. Okay. That was only a little bit. Hold on, daddies. Hold on. That was only a little bit, guys. Look. I don't know if you guys can see that. That little bit. Okay. So this is still white. You see how it's just white there? That tells me I can go a little more. Hold on, daddies. Hold on. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim a little bit more. Alright, so you see how that quick? You see that little pink dot right there? You see if I can zoom in a little more. No, I can't. For some reason, it's not letting me zoom in that far. But, so that's the tip of the net. You see the pink dot right there? You can see that clearly right there. Okay, so that white part, that white powder, and that pink dot right there tell me to stop on the pink nails. Okay, but you still see how there's a little bit of white here? So that tells me I can't go and just trim because I see pink right here. Because I see pink all right here. That doesn't mean I can automatically trim right here at the white. Because at that point, I'd probably make him bleed. So, right there is good enough. But you see how it's pointy right here? That is super pointy. See how that can easily scratch me. See that? So what I want to go ahead and do is file the nail. I have it on 3, and my thing on a nail file is a 3-step. Three-step nail file. Three-step nail file, which I'm going to do this motion. I'm going to put it underneath his nail. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and file it. I like to do the nail in a three-step file, usually, sometimes four. Okay, so what I do is I look at the nail in this angle right here. And I'm going to file up, one in the middle, and then once on the side, one on the side, and then I'm going to fill it to see if it's smooth. If it's not smooth, then I'll probably round it out a little more. Right, so 1, 2, 3. It's a little still pointy on the top, so I'm going to go and get a little more. And it's still the same way, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's nice, yeah. That's nice. You guys see that, how pretty and round that is now? That's definitely not going to scratch me. Yeah, look at that. That's smooth. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the second nail. The second nail, the quick is, I can see the quick right here, and the white is all the way, all this right here. But I'm not going to trim all that. Okay, I'm going to take it little by little. Good boy, buddy, good boy. Now it has a little pink dot, but I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit more to see if I can get it a little bit more. Perfect. Okay. Easy, baby. Good boy. Alright, so you see that little black dot right there? Sorry about the bird noises, guys. I have my windows open. You see that little black dot? That right there tells me to stop. But you see on the side, how I still have it, it's all pink right here, and right here is all white still. So I can still file it pretty good, but I don't want to hold the file on there too long and go bzzz, too long, because then it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn the quick. If any ladies ever got their nails done and they held the file on your nail too long, that burns. Same thing. Alright guys, so I try to move the hair because I don't want the hair getting caught on my nail filer, which I'll probably do a video soon on how to do the pads. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on with a little bit of pressure. I'm going to swoop 1, swoop 2, and swoop 3. It is pretty round. I can leave it like that, but I'm very a perfectionist, so I like to make sure it's perfect. So I like to go a few times. Perfect. Look at that, guys. That is gorgeous. That's a gorgeous nail. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. So sometimes the tail gets in the way, so I'll just get the tail with my fingers like this, and I'll just grab it like this, hold it under, and I'll try to keep the hair out of the way. Okay, so like this. I already trimmed all the nails, so I'm just filing them. Here, put daddies. If you're not moving your tail, you can leave it the way it is. So that was just one way to keep the tail out of the way. You also always want to have quick stoppers. Quick stop is very important to have. I have some, but it's in my grooming trailer. I should have brought it with me so I could show you guys, but I'll put the link below. The quick stops, just in case you make them bleed. And it happens, guys. It really does. You know, unfortunately, your dog might be traumatized after that. Traumatized because, you know, you're clipping their little nails. But it's going to take some time for them to get used to you again. But I don't recommend you doing these nails on your own if your dog moves a lot. If they move a lot, I highly recommend take them to a groomer, take them to a veterinarian, somebody that knows what they're doing. Like I said, they can quick it as well. Sometimes it happens, but I'd rather a professional try to attempt to do the nails versus somebody that doesn't feel comfortable doing it at all, or if your dog moves a lot. Those are all his back nails. They're all done. They're all nice and short. Okay, guys. Finish up these. These, the whites are really short. This one, so I'm just gonna tip it. They also comes with this guard here, guys. It has this guard where you can put that up and it'll just stop you. It'll show like you can only do like a little bit in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you so you can see what that looks like. So like I said, this one only has a little bit of white, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you on the guard. So the guard, it stops it. That one kept falling off. I probably tightened it a little bit for it to stay. I never use the guard though. I really don't. I'm not a guard person, but I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? If you don't know what you're doing, I definitely do recommend the guard. That way you don't go too far every trim. Because sometimes your dog can move and, you know, somebody comes in, walks in as you were about to clip, and you can be like all the way down here and you can snip it. I've seen people rip a whole nail out. So it can be very intimidating if your dog moves a lot or if you don't know what you're doing. But use the guard if you feel like you're gonna over trim. If you don't want to make them bleed, that would be a less risk of making them bleed using the guard first. Okay. Alright guys, so most dogs have dew claws on the side of the foot, and it can vary. It can be very dangly or it can be just really close to the skin. Sometimes the nail is digging into the pad, but you see how these are all the nails over here, and then the side is the dew claw. So you can go ahead and put your finger in the back of the pad of the dew claw, and you're gonna push it up so it can lift it a little more so you can see it more. Because sometimes they're just so much in there because it's so tiny dew claw. So you're gonna lift it with your finger. Go ahead and do a light little trim like you would do all the other nails, and then you're gonna go ahead and file it, of course, like you would do all your other nails. It's gonna be treated the same way as all the other nails. It's just on the side of the foot. Some dogs have it on maybe just the front 2 feet or maybe just the two back feet. Sometimes they have it on all four. So it just depends. So just go ahead and make sure you get those done because a lot of times, like I said, the nail can go all the way into the pad because sometimes groomers or your veterinarians sometimes they won't um, they won't realize that you're not. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and start working on the black nail. Now you can go ahead and see that you can't really see any pink on the side. It's all black nail. You see a tiny bit over here on this side, a little bit of that pink. You see that pink right there, and a little bit of white up there. So we're going to go ahead. It's super long. It definitely needs a nail trim. So I'm going to go ahead and take a tip off and continue until I see my little black dot. Kind of has the white powder, which tells us to go more, just like the pink nails, or the white nails, clear nails, whatever you want to call them. You're gonna keep seeing the white dot, the white powder, until you see the little black dots, and it'll be clear as day, that little black dot. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and go a little bit more because it's not too defined to me, so I'm gonna go a little bit more. And you take off little piece at a time, little sliver at a time. When you see that little dot in the middle, it tells you to stop. But if it's very, very faint, then I'll just go a little, like a little centimeter more, just to make sure that I got it short enough. If you don't feel comfortable with going a little further more, after you see the dot, then don't worry about it. Just go ahead and start your nail file. But I'm going to go ahead and start filing it since I do see that black dot is there pretty well. Go ahead and do my 3-step process. 1, 2, and 3. Then just smooth it out, round it out, make sure it's nice and smooth. Once it's nice and smooth, run your finger over it just to make sure until you think it's perfect. Then, of course, the white nails, clear nails, pink nails, whatever you want to call it. I don't like that card. It constantly gets in the way. I usually just take it off. When I'm at the grooming salon, I just take it right off. There goes the dot on the clear nails. You can see the little dot right there. Go a little bit more. There you go. You see both of those dots on the black nails and the clear nails very well. I feel comfortable with that. File these puppies down. You don't want to file down too much because you're already at the quick. This is basically just getting, you know how I say like, oh, it still has like, okay, for instance, let me show you guys. Hold on, buddy, hold on. All right, let me show you guys again. All right, last nail. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim. I need to tighten that down a little bit so it's not bothering me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just tip it. Right. It's still white, so I'm going to go a little bit more. Go more. All right, I'm comfortable with that because I do see a little bit of white right here, and that's very light. The dot is very, very light, but I'm still going to stop right there because I know the quick is like right here, and I still want to file. Okay, so if I were to trim all the way, you know, to the pink or a little bit more, I like to leave a little bit. You see how like this is a shallow pink, a very, very light dot. I like to leave a little bit of meat of nail. That way I can file it so I can get it shorter. This is what I'm talking about. You can get them shorter but round compared to that edge. Get them round. Oops, sorry guys. Right, so that one's shorter and round versus this one has a hardcore edge and it still has some white. Once I file it down, that white's going to go down. A little bit of pressure. A little bit. Not too much, guys. You don't want to burn their nail. And you're doing it quick. 1, 2, 3. And get away. Let it cool down. But you don't want to use the file for the whole nail trim because all you're going to do is burn the nail and burn the quick. And that's very, very painful for your dog. You do want to always trim them down as short as possible. And then do a light little file. This is a lot better because I'm tired of hearing his nails at night clacking around all day long. He's like clack, 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 clack. So this at least helps so he's not clacking around the house. And yeah, you gotta do this at least you're supposed to do their nails at least every 4 weeks at minimum. Even if it's just one little trim, little sliver, and then file it down. And it'll help the quicks recede to not be so long. but you do want to keep up with the nails. Try to do it once a month, or take them to your groomers once a month. Usually it's like $10 when you take them into the salon. And I always recommend to add a nail file. Usually it's $20 more for a nail file, so you're looking at about, you know, $20 or $30 depending where you go. Sorry guys, look at all this powder. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. I will be posting another video soon on probably how to trim these pads here, how to do it properly. Let me know what you need, any questions you have about your dogs, you need anything done. I can show you guys on how to do things. Alright guys, I'm a 20-year groomer, at 20 years plus actually, and I would love to show you guys other tips and techniques, so let me know what you need to know and I can help you guys answer any questions. Alright guys, bye, we love you guys.